Welcome to the Cardano Sense DC Fund Daily Show, where I look at least 3 proposals in the fight for funds, in the fight for some of the money out of the Cardano chest. Project Catalyst, it's also known as. Okay, my name's Anthony. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build up an audience. I would like to get to the point where I'm doing this live so I can have some interaction with people instead of me just looking at proposals. It'd be nice to be able to talk back and forth with some people. So we're trying to get to that point. This is episode number 9. This show is brought to you by my website, cardanofund.com. I built this website as a place to go if you want to look at some of the proposals and not have to create a login like you do at IdeaScale. It's just kind of an easy place to go to look at proposals. I also have links to just some different people that do videos and just some general information. It's also brought to you here by the Sophie Stake Pool. This is my stake pool. We are a small stake pool, about a little over 500,000 ADA staked. We're doing pretty good. We have 89 lifetime blocks. A lot of those were from the Cardano Foundation when they delegated to us, but it's nice because it shows that we do make blocks and our luck is pretty good, 102%. Okay, let's get to the state of the proposals here. So it's pretty exciting. We're going into Fund 4 starting tomorrow. So today is the last day. We're going to look at Fund 3 projects. Voting is open, or I'm sorry, registration to vote is open now. So voting is going to start in a couple weeks. But tomorrow we're moving on to Fund 4. The first proposals are being written as we speak. So after today, we're going to Fund 3. So let's just take a look real quick over here at Fund 3. So Fund 3, there's two main campaigns. One is not community choice. One is DApp creation and one is developer ecosystem. In other words, if you had a campaign, if you had a proposal in this Fund 3, you had to be in one of these campaigns. So to answer the question, what dApps should be built to drive user adoption, and or how can we encourage developers to build dApps on top of Cardano? For today's show, I picked three proposals out of the top one here, DApp creation. Okay, let us get to our first proposal here. All right, whoops. Okay, our first proposal is called Enable Trust Between Anonymous People. Okay, so I kind of picked this proposal out as a proposal I'm probably not going to be reviewing in the future. If you look at this proposal, it's very short and it's not really a proposal, it's an idea. This proposal was supposed to have been kind of taken out, but I guess they missed it. It doesn't even have an amount of ADA that's going to be, that they're asking for. So, but I wanted to go through it just as something to show some of the issues we're having here as we're getting bigger. And I'm not complaining. It's a good issue it's good that we're getting a lot bigger. But as the rewards get higher, they're at 1 million right now. When they get up to 15 million every 6 weeks, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of proposals that community advisors have to look through. So when things like this get through, it's really it's kind of a pain, because it's going to cut down on the amount of reviews we can do for the real proposals. But anyway, let's take a look at this, because this person did write it. So let's go through it real quick. Is this proposal going to impact the community, the Cardano community, in the sense that is it going to drive people to use Cardano? I really don't think so. Essentially what this is an escrow service, right? And I think people will use it, but I don't think it's going to drive people to Cardano. It's not going to make people come and use Cardano because we have an escrow service on the chain. I mean, this is something you could pretty much do it anywhere. Okay, next, feasibility. Is this feasible? Well, known. I mean, this is another project where we have someone who, it doesn't even say whether they're a developer or not. I think they just kind of threw this idea out, hoping they would get some money and then maybe find a developer. Stuff like this doesn't work because this isn't an idea. How do you say it? I forgot the word. An incubator, right? An idea incubator. This is for full proposals, and this is obviously not a full proposal. Okay, the third thing we look at is auditability. If they get money, how can we tell if they're using it the right way? And with this project, we can't because there's nothing auditable. And what we look for are roadmaps or maybe a definition of what success is, right? What it looks like if they finish the project. But there really is none of that here. Essentially, this is just an idea to build an escrow service. So, all right, so let's move on to the next project here. The next project that we're going to look at is this. Okay, so this is an interesting project. So this is another one. This is a project that I may not have reviewed as a community advisor if I got this project, right? Because one of the issues we're facing as community advisors, and one of the issues that proposers are bringing up is they're saying, look, what if we get a community advisor that looks at our project and just doesn't understand it, right? How can they properly critique it if they don't even know what they're reading? So when I read through this project originally, it's called Fullcircl. They have a really nice, well, not really nice, but they have a Google Doc presentation, I guess here. I had to go through this presentation 3 times to figure out what I was looking at and exactly what this project is. So it turns out this project is a management system for open source programming. So in other words, you know how you have a lot of different people will come in like a GitHub and just help out, right? So how do you manage all these people, right? How do you like kind of in a decentralized way manage these people? It took me 3 times reading through their Google Doc to figure out even what this was. And then they had a GitHub in there. They don't list it here on this page anywhere. And it's not even clickable, right? Not that that's a big deal. I can type it in, but in this day and age, really, you're supposed to, see, most people have things where you can just click and go to it. So let's run through this problem real quick. Project real quick. Impact. Well, this is there a problem that needs to be solved, right? Is this going to impact the community, the Cardano community? Again, yeah, I think people will use it, but the problem with this project, right, is that the people they're making it for, it's such a small group of people, right? I don't know if it's going to bring people in because it's just, there's the people that contribute to open source coding. It's relatively small group of people. So as far as bringing people in, I don't know. Next, is this feasible? Let's see. Is it feasible? I think it is feasible. The developer here, when I finally went through and got to their GitHub and looked at everything, they've done it before, or they're working on it. They're currently working on it. So I think it is feasible. I think this is something they could get done for sure. Is it auditable? In other words, do they have a roadmap? They do, actually. There's a nice little definition of success down here. So MVP, user stories. So they do have a roadmap. They also nicely show what all the money is going to be used for and how it's going to be done. 12 2-week sprints. So they have all of that. But one other thing about this project, just going back to the impact, this project is probably in the wrong place because there's another campaign for developers, and this project would look like it seems like it's more for developers than it is for just users. I guess you could say people are just there's users that use GitHub, right? But those users are developers. So, all in all, I think this project needs to be reworked a little bit. And $83,000 is a lot of money. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I just don't think, probably not for this funding round, just because I don't think it's going to bring a whole lot of people in. Okay, let's go to the last project here. The last project is ding 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 is What is this? Oh, this is okay. So this is a pretty neat project, right? And blockchain is perfect for this stuff. Essentially, they want to put a ticketing system on blockchain, which this is absolutely. I mean, blockchain is made for stuff like this, right? Because you sell one ticket, one person. It can be on the blockchain. You know, and it's just it'll cut down on forging tickets, or get rid of them completely if you use it the right way. So this is a decent idea, but again, with this idea, we have to look at the overall community, right? Is this project going to bring people into Cardano? I don't know. You know, I think this is the type of project that people will use, but it'll be used kind of in the background. So if you had a company and you were incorporating this into the tickets, you wouldn't advertise, hey, look, we're using the Cardano blockchain, right, to do our ticketing system. You would just do it, and it would happen in the background. So would it bring people in? Sure, but they're not going to know what, you know, they're not going to know they're coming into the Cardano community. So unless they stumble across another project they like, you know, there's the chance they're in and out. You know, they're maybe not going to come back and engage in the community. Okay, next, feasibility. This is another, this kills me. These people kill me, right? Because again, they say here in their proposal, more than 20 years, right, of experience in software engineering, design, and marketing. Then it says check under to read more about all the team and our skills. I'm thinking maybe they meant to put something in here, a link, because there's nothing in here about their skills. Again, you know, I don't understand how people, they make these proposals and they say they have all this experience and then they don't link to it anywhere. You know, they don't. I mean, this is a nicely written proposal, but there's no link to any of their experience. And there's also another issue I had kind of with this proposal. If we look here, they have a roadmap, right, which is great. I mean, you know, these proposals need roadmaps. This is good. But look at their second thing on the roadmap here. Check feasibility, right? Checking feasibility. Decide which part of the project is off-chain and on-chain. Research how to reach usable speeds for verification tickets during real live events. See, when I look at something like this, I think, shouldn't this be done ahead of time, right? Shouldn't you have done this research already? Shouldn't you come into this knowing whether it's going to be off-chain, on-chain? When someone has a proposal for a project they want to do, unless the proposal is just for research, but if they're coming in with a proposal, this stuff should all be done. All the stuff that doesn't need money or take money or they can do on the side should really all kind of be done when they come into it. So that kind of threw me a little bit. I think that should be done already. And then they're asking for, how much money are they asking for? $55,000. That's a good chunk of money. But if they have all the developers they claim they have, then it's worth it. I mean, it's not that much as far as for development and stuff. So I like this proposal, but it seems like it was just kind of thrown together. Like they said, wow, blockchain would be great for a ticketing system. Okay, let's try to get some money so we can build this. Rather than them kind of like researching, got my new mic here, rather than researching this and then coming in with the kind of fully researched project. And again, with the experience, there's no, they don't list links to any of their experience. It drives me up a wall when that happens. Okay, so those are the three projects. Those are the three last projects we're going to be doing for Fund 3. I'm really excited. We get to see new projects for Fund 4. Starting tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, let's move on to community chatter. Essentially, the community chatter going on today is all about Fund 4. I mean, we have our once a week program, our once a week video conference call today, and everybody's invited. I'll leave a link to that below. It was long, about an hour and 45 minutes. We were talking about a lot of things, but Fund 4 is starting. There's so many new people coming into the ecosphere. It's really exciting. There's a couple of projects I'm helping you off the ground that are coming over from Ethereum. It's just a really, really exciting time to be part of this project. This is the first week that we're fund that we're up to $1 million. It's just going to go up from there. And one thing I want to say about that is the reason it's not higher now is not because it can't be. It's because we're putting the brakes on. Well, I don't like to really talk about price, 'cause I think price will take care of itself. But when ADA was in the teens, 7, 15, whatever around that, we had $100 million already in the treasury, right, for this stuff. And now the price is $1. The money's there. So it's just a matter of ramping up and being able to do it in an organized way. But before you know it, we're going to have 15, $16 million every 3 weeks. It's going to be really crazy. Let me see. I don't know if I can show this. I can't show this to you, unfortunately. I made a document up for people who want to be proposers. I'll put it out tomorrow, and I'll link it down below. It's how to become a proposer and how to go through the whole process on idea scale. Okay, I think this is going to be it for today. I'm a little over time anyway that I'd like to... Actually, no, it's not too bad, 60 minutes. Okay, I'm going to cut it today. My big ending. This is the big ending. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Get ready. Fund 4 starts. It's an exciting time. Take care. Bye-bye.